Hello, welcome to the George Scaife LFC channel. A bit wonky here, guys, today, sorry. Loads to go through today regarding Alexander Isak, to be honest. That's the bulk of this. We're also going to touch on, of course, Tyler Morton, who looks out the door to Lyon. To be honest with you, it's not that I never thought I'd say that. I always thought he would kind of maybe leave at some point. I didn't think it would be a permanent sell. There were a few names being thrown around, a few teams. I didn't actually think it would be France, which is really interesting for the guy. Keegan, I assume your name is there. Hello, afternoon. We're getting comments in on the... comments up on the screen. Sorry, hope you're all well. I'm just going to start straight away today. And let's just look at this, right? Hold on, let me move my face. Alexander Isak coming back to the UK and will resume training at Newcastle United. And this from Ornstein, by the way. NUFC squad returning from Asia pre-season tour. Missed by 20... Why does he word it like Yoda? Like, what am I doing here? Speaking backwards in riddles. Missed by 25-year-old striker. Liverpool saw offer for... I wish you'd just speak like a normal human here, David, mate. Liverpool saw offer for Sweden International rejected, but interest ongoing. That's from Sky Sports' Keith. Who's this Keith guy we're all talking about? But yeah, Keith from Sky Sports reports that he's back in training. Very interesting. But that's not where it stops, guys. I hope you're all well. Hope everyone's fine here. Did you see the 20%? I did. Kyle, hope you're well, mate. Guys, if you're on the TikTok, get into the YouTube. Let's talk this man, Sesko. It's a big one, this, because... Newcastle United, this was actually quite early on in the day. I screenshotted this as soon as it happened, and I've been out busy all day, so I've not really seen this yet. Newcastle United submit offer to RB Leipzig, for Benjamin Sesko. NUFC bid made in the last 24 hours worth 75 million euros plus 5 million euros. I assume that's add-ons. That's around the asking price, what they wanted for. The thing with this is, right, obviously there's a big domino effect on here. Colette's in here. Hello. I thought Liverpool pulled it. Yeah, mate, it's crazy. That fella Ben Jacobs, that's a lot to answer for. Let's be real. Let's get myself back on here. So Sesko's been approached, a formal bid as well, which we knew was going to happen. I think a lot of people aren't surprised by that, but it does beg the question as to this domino effect now. If they sign Sesko, I mean, I assume they're not going to play him up front with Isak. If they sign Sesko, I assume that means Isak has to leave and he gets the all clear to leave. Isak's back in training now, which is interesting. I actually saw something which is crazy. Have I got the tweet? Oh, I might have it, you know. Is it this one here? This is nuts. Look at this, by the way. I should have opened with this because this is crazy. Guys, if you're on TikTok, get into the YouTube. Listen to this from Keith Downey. You ready for this? Exclusive. Alexander Isak is due back in... By the way, before I start this, if you haven't already, literally just started, smash the like on the video on the channel, guys. It really pushes the video out to get more people in this community, and that benefits everyone, surely, right? So if you haven't already, make sure you go down there and like the video. It's entirely free. You can always unlike if you don't like anything I say, which won't happen. Keith Downey. Alexander Isak is due back in Newcastle today following his personal training camp in Spain. Wait for this about Eddie Howe. This is crazy. The Newcastle striker has been training at Real Sociedad's training headquarters on his own after refusing to travel with the Newcastle squad on their pre-season tour of Asia, citing a thigh injury, by the way, which he passed all the precautionary tests, and apparently that just deemed him not suitable to travel, which is crazy. Back to this tweet, because let me just zoom myself out. That's way too close. Eddie Howe said this morning in South Korea that he found out Isak had travelled to the Spain squad via the media. Travelled to Spain, via the media. He didn't find out directly. How mad's that? Guys, if you're in TikTok, get into the YouTube. So Eddie Howe has not directly communicated with Isak or with anyone associated with Isak. Instead, he found out he was off to Spain. He found out one of his best players, if not his best player, was going to a different country to train through the media. Right. That connection is not very strong by all accounts there. You smashed it. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's now Isak and Sesko. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? So you're telling me this transfer window, right? This whole window. Let me get this back up on screen to highlight the members of the channel. Hold on. Sorry. There we go. So all window, Newcastle's main target was Ekatike. They then don't sell him, and they want to play Ekatike up front with Isak. They don't get Ekatike. Instead, Liverpool get Ekatike. Liverpool are in for Isak. Liverpool might sign Isak to play up front with Ekatike, who was Newcastle's first choice. And now they're in for Sesko, which Liverpool fans are cheering on that move, hoping it goes through. So then we can get our priority signing in Isak to play up front with Ekatike, who was Newcastle's priority signing. It's like, what? Can you make that make sense? Anyone? Help me out with that, because that's not right? Crazy. Kit looks good. It is nice. It's a nice kit. Jack from Australia is joined in the chat. Mate, I've missed that for you. I wasn't going to go live, Keaton. However, I can't go live tomorrow morning, and I couldn't go live this morning. So I'm here now. You know what I mean? Make do. If you're not already, subscribe. How do I become a member? You have to do it on your phone. There's a button that says join. There's a join button next to the subscribe button, I believe, on the channel. You shouldn't really miss it, but you can only do it on your phone, I'm pretty sure, which is quite annoying. But I appreciate it, Brad. Thank you. The squad depth is insane. It is good. Let's just talk briefly before we go back to Isak. I want to go to Tyler Morton. Have I got this up on screen? Let me just load it in, because there is a bid from, I don't know if it's accepted. It's from Paul Joyce. I'll get it up now. And I'm kind of good at this. I know Morton ain't a first team player. Well, he's first team player. He's not a first choice, certainly. Let me get myself in top right. Tyler Morton set to complete Lyon transfer. Liverpool will have a 20% sell-on clause. So there's no buyback there, which is interesting. And yeah, we're getting £15 million. I mean, he said on the bottom bit of that tweet there, £15 million. Do you not feel a bit underwhelmed by that? Not underwhelmed. £15 million is probably Tyler Morton's valuation. Absolutely. Like, oh my, sorry, this thing's popping up on screen here. That's what I wanted there. It's probably his valuation, right? But it does feel slightly under. Like, he's a homegrown player. By all accounts, at Hull, he was really good in the championship. Granted, but he could definitely play at the top end of a championship team, and also bottom end Premier League team, right? Every week. So Tyler Morton's got, and I want to echo this from Redmen TV on Twitter because I think it's entirely right. Great move for Tyler Morton. This, not to mention a decent fee and potential future funds still to follow. That with that 20% sell-on clause. Been at Liverpool since he was 7, top lad and top player who performed when called upon by Jurgen Klopp. I agree. Good luck, Tyler. Yeah, it does feel very instant with Morton. Maybe not instant, because I think it was rumoured for a while that he was going to leave. I just thought maybe a loan would be the better move for Morton. But then again, now he's not 17, 18 anymore. You kind of past that loan stage. Maybe if it was a Nione, a loan seems more suitable. Maybe even still Bajcetic, right? A loan seems suitable. But it's like Morton's been playing at an all right level in England as well, certainly staying in England at Hull, in the Championship, doing well. A lot of people raving about him. I thought it was quality. I thought OPS. I thought genuinely he's been one of our best players so far in the pre-season. I was really impressed by the AC Milan game. I thought he controlled that entire game on his own. Yet someone mentions Blackburn there. Jacob, get into the YouTube chat, mate. We can get that on. We can get that on the screen. Get your comments on the screen. This one from Generic Name, one of the members on the channel, mate. Hope you're well. Just joined, so I'm not sure if you mentioned this, but surely Morton to Lyon makes Fofana's Liverpool more likely. I've seen nothing on Fofana. The thing is, I'm not on Twitter really. I go on it to look at all these journalists, but things like rumours and things like a lot of the Rodrigo stuff, I'm just miles behind with it all, to be honest with you. I try and stay off Twitter because it's so toxic, but I'm only on Twitter now for them. I bet his dad blank jokes. You know what I mean? If someone's called like, I mean, I can't think of an example. They're so funny. Lewis with the 199. I'm sure you know what I mean, though, by the way. I only go on Twitter to check that and the Isak updates. Lewis with the 199, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in again, Lewis. That's at least 3 streams in a row. I've seen you there. And donate, by the way, in 3 streams. So I really appreciate that. Hi again, George. Really worrying times around Isak. I've got to disagree. I mean, I don't think it's worrying just because... Let's get this up from Dave now. Hold on. Just because he's gone back to his club, it's like, surely that's the minimum expectation, right? He's acting like an actual football player who's employed by a club and not throwing his dummy out. That's surely the minimum expectation. This is entirely expected, in my opinion, the fact he's gone back to Newcastle. Alexander Isak will meet with Eddie Howe. Obviously, if Sesko... This is a decent source, apparently, says Dave. Obviously, if Sesko comes in, that will allow Isak to go. Liverpool will come back in with an increased bid. All this nonsense that Liverpool have made their final bid. Yeah, all this nonsense. Liverpool made the final bid. That makes sense. They have not made their final bid. I love that little sentence at the end. They have not made their final bid. But I think we all knew that. That nonsense Ben Jacobs spouting crap. Absolute nonsense, mate. He's lost a lot of credibility overnight. And I saw that tweet he put out underneath his tweet, trying to like back himself up and like go back on what he was saying. Do you think Ekatike... Mate, don't spam. Don't spam. I'm not going to answer your question. Winnie Gay, this win of 40 mil. Louis, yes, I agree. Will he come for 40 mil? I know it's the last year of his contract. I think Palace fans would be gutted to see him leave. I'd say that. He was arguably their best player last year. I mean, it was probably Eze, right? Granted, but certainly one of them. Captain, cup final as well. It's like, you know what I mean? Keaton with the $4.99. Thank you so much, mate, Keaton. Again, another long-term not just viewer, but a donator on the channel. So thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate the support. Is there any world where Isak just stays at Newcastle? I don't know. I just think the ties between himself and his club now are quite broken, right? It's like not much is really going in favour of. Mate, you're boring me. I'm timing you out, mate. I think you need to cool the hell down, is what I'm saying to you, gaming with whatever your name is. It's crap. So I think it's just so fragmented between him and the club now. And ultimately, what do I know? I'm not there. I'm just going by what I'm seeing on Twitter. But it's like you're training on your own. He's not going with pre-season. Eddie Howe didn't even know, by the way, that he was training in Spain until he saw the media. Like they had no direct communication. Owen with the $4.99, mate. Thank you so much for that. What a generous contribution. Guys, we're getting comments up on screen. Get involved here. This one's from Owen, by the way. I think there's about a 60% chance we get Isak, but Mark Gay is relative to the team more important to sign. I agree with that. We don't have a second DM as well. Especially now Morton's leaving as well. It's like, okay, we had 3 defensive midfielders there. Well, technically 4 with Bajcetic. We've got Gravenberch, Endo, Bajcetic and Morton. Now Morton's left. Bajcetic is injured currently. I assume he's not back for the season starting, right? So we're going into the starting of the season with 2 DMs. Gravenberch misses the first game. So that's Endo starting, or it's McAllister starting in there. McAllister, which hasn't played any pre-season. He played half in the previous game. So in the near future, I agree with the DM shout, but I do think if Bajcetic stays and becomes fit, instead of going on loan, he's a good option in there. But I agree with centre-half shout, mate, because it's an absolute priority. That centre-back slot, it's a slot joke, guys. Need to stop doing the slot jokes. That centre-back slot is really, really crucial. And it's kind of getting put under radar. Do you think we could still get Rodrigo? I mean, if we sign Isak and Rodrigo, I'm quitting. I'm never making a YouTube vid again. What's the point? Because that is just too good. It's actually it's almost too good. Even now, it's almost too good. Imagine chucking Rodrigo in there. It will not happen. I can guarantee, absolutely. Stop speculating. Rodrigo will not sign. Certainly, if Isak does sign. It's not going to happen. 40 mil for Gay is now needed. Yes, I entirely agree. Should have cut the long sleeve version. It is nice. It is really nice. I'm not worried about midfield, just centre-back. I'm worried about midfield to an extent defensively. I think obviously Endo is... I mean, I'm not saying he's slowing down at all, but you're not going... You shouldn't be relying on Endo to cover and play half your games in the season for me. As good as he has been, we've not particularly seen many 90s from Endo. Certainly last season, the year before we did, but last season, not too many 90s. He came in and filled in. If Gravenberch goes down injured, can you have Endo playing every single game? Probably not. Yeah, the argument is Morton's backing him up, but now Morton's leaving. And yeah, the argument is Bajcetic is backing him up, but he's currently injured. He, I guess, struggles with a bit of consistency. He did at Salzburg. By all accounts, the last Palmas loan move was really good for him, and he really thrived there. We know he can do it in the league before. I don't know if DM is as big of a priority as a centre-back for me. Did you say this one's from Bell? Did you say Bajcetic is injured? I think he's injured now. He might be fit. Obviously, he's played no pre-season, so I assume he's still injured. I know he had surgery, didn't he, on his leg, on his ankle, whatever it was. I don't know what it was. Do you know if Tottenham's Mikey Moore is any good? Oh, mate, he's very talented, no doubt. We don't need him. Oh, I see. You're a Rangers fan. Are you a Rangers fan? Do you know if Tottenham's Mikey Moore is any good? As he's going to Rangers and who do you support? Celtic, I assume. Frightens me. I mean, he seems good. I don't know if he's got the end product or the output, and he's obviously still very, very young. Bajcetic is going to get sold or loaned. Yeah, I do hope there's that buyback option with Bajcetic. That's an absolute must for me. Certainly more so than the Morton deal. Obviously, you'd like a buyback on everyone, but you can't just throw buybacks around willy-nilly like we've done on Kwanzaa, of course. Do you just honestly think we'll use that Kwanzaa buyback deal? I don't really. What was it? Was it 40 million? Was it 40 million? Or have I undershot that? Was it 60? And I've entirely forgotten. It's been a long day, this. I've been shopping for furniture all day. And I've just got in. I've not drunk anything. Guys, if you're in the TikTok, get into the YouTube stream. Generic name, one of the members on the channel. I think we sold him for 40 and buyback 65. Right, that was it. That's why I'm getting confused. I said both numbers in one there. Joaquin's in the chat. The best name in the world. Joaquin Gafford. Who would be your starting 11 for the Community Shield? Oof. Alisson, I mean, I don't know if he's resolved whatever was going wrong, or not wrong, but whatever was going on. Whoever is available in goal, you've got to start Konate and Van Dijk. You've got to start Kirkes and probably Bradley. In midfield, is Gravenberch... What's the deal with Gravenberch in Champion Community Shield? Because obviously he's missing a game in Prem. I assume it doesn't roll over. I've never understood that rule. Get a red card in some competition. Sometimes it means you can play in other competitions, but sometimes, like, can you play in Community Shield? I assume so. Gravenberch or not? No one seems to know, by the way, if he's got a 3-game ban or a 1-game ban. In the last chat, no one could decide. Maybe, I don't know, McAllister DM. Jones, he can play. Well, you play him then, if Kieran's right. You play Gravenberch, you play Curtis Jones, and you play probably Szoboszlai. I think you would start Wirtz as a false 9. He's played there all pre-season. I mean, if Isak signs, it's a different story, right? But right now, you probably start Wirtz false 9. You probably start Gakpo wide left, maybe Ngamoa wide left, and obviously Salah starts off the right. He can play, just says Jake. He can play when not the first game. Yeah, mate, it's such a confusing rule. I've never understood it. Daily FC is in here, mate. Thank you very much. Long-term supporter of the channel. I say long-term. We've only been live for about 6 streams, but you've been in there for most of them, so thank you very much. Sorry, I'm not picking my nose. I've just got I think there's a hair on it. Sorry. I just saw it fly off. There we go. We're fine. It's back. Don't want to get clipped up for picking my nose. What's actually happening with Bajcetic, says Ben. I have no idea. I think he's currently injured. I think he had surgery. To be honest with you, mate, I have no idea. I'd have loved to have seen him in pre-season. It's very unfortunate we didn't get to see him. Community Shield doesn't count, says Cal Jones. Living the kit. Oh, Bobby, nice one, mate. Yeah, the home kit is, for me, better than the away kit. I'm not a big fan of the away kit. I'm going to rank them on TikTok in a minute. Back again. Boggs in here. Long-term supporter of the channel. Guys, if you're not already, get liking the stream. My word, let's try and get 100 likes on this thing. I know it's a very impromptu live stream. We started at 3 o'clock. I appreciate people are busy. This usually will be at 10 a.m. The Liverpool Latest stream, which is what this is, by the way, the little rebrand. Alliteration on that, by the way. That's worth a like surely on its own. That will be 10 a.m. every morning. However, it won't be tomorrow morning because I'll be out tonight. So Monday morning, likely. Tuesday morning, definitely, because we've got the friendlies on the night, so we can do a stream Tuesday morning. Wednesday morning, no. Thursday morning, probably yes. I want to try and get 4 or 5 a week. What are your thoughts on that? Liverpool Latest, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. tomorrow. I do need to use that clip from Elf, when he goes 10 a.m. I need to use that on here. When does the third can get released? I saw 15th of August, but that might be absolute nonsense. What do you think the percentages are that we get Isak this summer? I'm on 75%, and that's probably quite high compared to some. Hi, mate, you going? I couldn't get tickets. To me, I'm just entirely frank with you. Not that I couldn't get them, I didn't try and get them. Sorry. Busy on days all. So, if we get Isak, just this one's from Charlie. Do you think we'll play 4-4-2 or 4-3-3? In my opinion, it'll still be a 4-3-3. Arsenal fan here from British Bulldog. I don't like that Gyökeres refused to go back. What do you mean? Refused to go? Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I don't like when players do that. I think Visser's done the same or something. He's throwing his toys at the pram, spitting his dummy out. I'm just thinking, like, you're employed by the team. Why should you go on strike? Why are you bigger than... You don't call the shots. You are getting paid by the team. You turn up, in my opinion. But what do I know? Let's run through some more of this news. Again, let's go a little recap. David Ornstein, Newcastle United submit offer to RB Leipzig for Benjamin Sesko. NUFC bid. And by the way, Ornstein likes to tweet in riddles and sounds like Yoda, so it's quite hard to read out on camera. NUFC bid made in last 24 hours worth £75 million plus £5 million, around the asking price. RB Leipzig informed to suitors. MUFC pursuit ongoing. No decision yet from 22-year-old. I can't believe he's only 22. Definitely thought he was older than that. That's from Ornstein. This is an interesting one from Keith from Sky. Reliable, by the way, says Dave. Generic names in the chat, mate. I don't think we'll get Isak this summer, but definitely make another push. yes, there could be some sort of thing for next year. If not this year, definitely next. Guys, if you're in the TikTok stream, get into the YouTube stream. We're reading comments out. We're getting comments on screen. We've got a really nice community going in here. This one's from Sky Sports Keith. Alexander Isak will meet with Eddie Howe. Obviously, if Sesko comes in, that allows Isak to go. Liverpool will come back in with an increased bid. So this is basically saying all that nonsense yesterday was indeed nonsense. And Liverpool will be back in. There is no one on the back of my shirt, mate. Taylor. No one at all. This one's from Ornstein. We've read that one out, haven't we? Oh, no, we're not. This is a different one from Ornstein. Isak coming... Let me make myself on the left there. That's exactly how I want it. I want me on the left, the little small box. But the problem is when you get something like that that's too big, it doesn't really work. Isak coming back to the UK. See, again, like Ornstein, just why can't you put the word is there? Isak is coming back to the UK. Why are you speaking in shorthand, mate? It's quite hard to read out. Isak coming back to the UK and will resume training at Newcastle United. NUFC squad returning from Asia pre-season tour, missed by 25-year-old striker. Why are you speaking in riddles? Liverpool saw offer for Sweden international rejected, but interest ongoing. Okay, try find something on Bajcetic. To be honest, my phone's on the stream on there, so I can't right now. But this is the last source I'm going to read out. Exclusive. This one's from Keith Downey, by the way, from Sky, the guy we just spoke about from Dave. Alexander Isak is due back in Newcastle today following his personal training camp in Spain. Listen to this on Eddie Howe, if you just tuned in, by the way. The Newcastle striker has been training at Real Sociedad's training headquarters on his own after refusing to travel with Newcastle on their pre-season tour of Asia, citing a thigh injury, which, by the way, he passed all the tests, but thigh injury, them bloody thighs, eh? Listen to this. Eddie Howe said this morning in South Korea that he found out Isak had travelled to Spain via the media. What the hell? I just find that mad. Like, how do you not know where your best player is? He knows he's not on the tour, but surely he must know whereabouts he is. That's crazy, mate. Liverpool yesterday had a £110 million bid rejected by Newcastle. Newcastle this morning made a £70 million offer to, it was €80 million euros plus 5, wasn't it? To Leipzig for Sesko as they attempt to line up replacement for Isak. And a lot of Newcastle fans are going, well, they're going to play up front together. It's like, well, hold on. You're in for the shock of your life, mate, because they won't. So many conflicting things. I don't know. Again, I just wish someone would be like, he's signed. He's not signed. Sorry, that's in the way. That's in the way. It's crazy, isn't it? Did you sleep in that shirt? No, I did get changed. But I kind of put it on just for the stream, you see. I don't just sleep in this. It's just for visuals, mate. You know what I mean? I wear it for like an hour a day. And I've only had it for 2 days. That's 2 hours. Isak has no interest in staying at Newcastle. Will I probably agree right now, given what I'm seeing? I do think it's quite a fragmented, the relationship between him and his club. A lot of literally everything is not in their favour, is it, in terms of him leaving? I don't really, in terms of him staying, sorry. I'm all over the place today. I think it's the lack of drink. Drunk nothing all day. Best Beatles album. Hard Day's Night's my favourite. Watch along for the friendly on Monday. No, I'm not. Do you know why I'm not doing a watch along on friendly? Because there's 2 of the bloody things. Back to backs. I'll be live for 7 hours. And that's mental. So I don't think I will. I might go live for 1. I don't know. Thinking of getting verts on the back of my shirt, but to be honest with you, I do agree with what Rory Jennings was saying about shirt names. I don't know. Not the shirt in general. I've worn this outside all day. But it's like the names, I just think I couldn't go to Sports Direct and be like, can I get this guy on the back of my shirt? I'm 21. I don't know. Nothing wrong with shirts outside. I think that's a ludicrous take. 1 game ban and you can play. Right, Sean. Yes, okay. I play Gravenberch in the Community Shield, definitely. Guys, if you've not already liked the stream, make sure you go down there and do it right now while I go over here and burp weather. Sorry. Hope the mic didn't pick that up. Did you see Van Dijk go down? I didn't see that, Keaton. I don't think Isak's a priority. Would rather sign 2 centre-halves. So would I. Yeah. I mean, I'd rather sign them both. And I think, to be fair, genuinely, I think we could both sign them. Sign them both, sorry. I've seen we're going in with a £80 million flat fee all upfront bid for Isak. £80 million outright. What the hell? Imagine buying a player for £80 million and paying the whole £80 million straight away. That's just nuts, isn't it? Isn't that just crazy? Do you think Isak will be a starter if Ekitike joins? I don't. Sorry, other way around. Do you think Ekitike will be all over the shop here? Ugh. This is why I don't do lives after you've been busy all day. I'm learning. This is why I want to do it in the morning, because it's out of the way. Not that it's a bad thing. I just mean, like, I don't know, I just feel like you can go at it fresh in the morning, like coffee and like, bang, let's do a live stream. But with this, it's like, oh my word. Then you have a coffee and then it's like, you have a little drowsy period. I think I'm in that drowsy period. I'm mispronouncing all my words. Mispronunciating? Is that even a word? Have I just made up a word? Mispronunciate. I've made that up. Idiot. You can get the shirts by putting names on them as an adult. But I can't even read that. Oh my God. I'm dizzy. You can get the shirts, but putting names on them as an adult. That's what I mean. Like, I just think for an actual adult with a name and a number. Again, nothing on actually having a shirt, because I'm in one right now. I think that's a ludicrous take if you frown upon buying shirts as an adult. But you know what I mean. Name and number, guys. Grow up. Mate, Owen, $4.99. I didn't even realize that was a super chat. I'm just bringing the chat up, mate. Owen, thank you again for the donation. Very, very generous. Once again from Owen. Maybe I'm deluded, but I don't see how we lose the league. Oh, here we go. Oh no. We're coming back to this in a year's time. City can't defend at all. Chelsea are inconsistent and Arsenal are, well, they're Arsenal. Mate, I entirely agree. However, let's not predict. Would you watch a prediction video? Anyone? Because I might have to do one. We've got 3 proper centre-backs, 2 are injury prone. Yeah, mate, it's a nightmare. George, if we bring Isak, what do you think will happen with Gakpo since we've already brought in Ekitike? Gakpo will be used heavily, mate. He'll be a massive part of the team next year. Even like on TikTok, I did a video dropping Gakpo, dropping Ekitike from our team. They're still going to feature. Like, people assume I'm dropping them and banishing them from the grounds. Of course they're going to feature. They're just not going to start. And it's about having a squad, right? Title-winning squad, not a team. Well, yeah, that's a good point, mate. That's a good point. I worded it terribly. Yep. Blame on you. Blame on you. Top 4 prediction. I think I'd have to say Liverpool win the league. I'm going to go City second, Arsenal third. And Chelsea are a guaranteed 4, in my opinion. Why am I still picturing us struggling to put the ball in the back of the net? Mate, don't say that. Sorry. I'm not picking my nose. Prediction vid will be... Billy, we might do something. You never know. Right, we're 28 minutes into the stream now. Again, more of an impromptu stream, this one. I appreciate all the donations, guys. I'm just going to go through them again. Lewis with the $1.99. Keaton with the $4.99. Owen, top donator of the stream with $4.99 back to back. I really appreciate it. That's very, very generous. There's 137 people in here. Do we just carry on the stream? I don't know. I feel like it's a terrible stream because it's a Saturday and everyone's out and the sun's actually out. And I'm out tonight. So I'm probably going to get off and do some more vids, which I can queue to come out tomorrow because I will not be filming tomorrow. Guys, I really appreciate it. And that's where I'm going to leave the stream for today. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like down below. It really goes far in helping the channel grow. And do you know something as well? Subscribe, all right? Or else I'm going. See you later. Ta-ra. That's one, guys. I'm going to